We're just gonna put a Mickey waffle button on because I don't have anything Disney on today. Hey everyone! So as promised in my earlier videos, I wanted to do an updated packing list video for all of you because my other packing video as a newcomer into the college program, it was kind of all over the place and I didn't really have any rhyme or reason for half of the items on the list, and it was really long. Like, that video is so unnecessarily long. So we're gonna bog that right down and hopefully cut it in half and make this short and sweet for all of you today. So obviously, as expected, I've recreated a packing list that all of you can download as well, and I'm going to put that in the description box below. I've created two different versions, a female version and I guess like a male or neutral version. For obvious reasons, you'll understand that when you download them. This is just gonna be a super simplistic video. I'm gonna go over the list, talk about why I've included each item, and then I'll explain a couple of things that aren't covered on the list, and that's gonna be it. Super easy, right? So I'm gonna try and squish a picture of my list in right here so you can follow it with me. So I'm gonna like move over as much as I can just to squish that in while I'm reading it out for all of you. The first category is clothing. I've got shirts, shorts, /pants, /skirts, dresses, bathing suits, undergarments, Disney look apparel, which I'll give you a little sneak preview of at the very end of the video. Shoes, so sneakers, flip-flops, whatever else you might want to bring. The second category is toiletries, so we have body wash, face wash, lotion or moisturizer or both, sunscreen, shampoo / conditioner, other hair products, so hairspray, hair brushes, serums, anything that you may use in your hair. Makeup and makeup remover, feminine products. Obviously in my other downloadable version, those aren't included, so you don't have to worry about that. And razors. The third category is apartment, bedding, so sheets, pillowcases, comforter, pillow, clothing hangers, laundry supplies, towels, toilet paper, paper towel, Clorox wipes, and decor, so storage, whatever you might want to decorate your apartment with if you want to. The fourth category is accessories, so a backpack, that is a must. Like, under any circumstances, if you bring any accessory, it has to be a backpack. A lanyard or key ring, so you can buy these cast member lanyards that a lot of people do buy, I guess. After Traditions, there's a store in Disney U that a lot of people like to buy these, or you can bring your own, so it's really your own preference for that. But you'll definitely want one of these because you can keep your ID in it, which you'll need to show every time you enter and exit housing, every time you get on the bus, every time you enter the park, so it's essential. A purse or wallet or both. Obviously in my other downloadable version, I don't have a purse included in that. A notebook, a hanging calendar, so you get like a little Bristol board, bulletin board thing above your bed, I think in every apartment complex, so it's really handy to have a calendar above your bed so you can mark off important dates. A folder / binder for all your paperwork to keep it organized. The fifth category is electronics, so phone, camera, laptop, chargers, portable charger too to keep your phone charged when you're at the parks, and headphones. And the last category I have is other, so make sure you print all your Disney related paperwork, so that could be your dorm stuff, your visas, your acceptance letter, anything. It doesn't matter what, just print everything. That way, if you're asked any questions when you're crossing over the border, you have it. And the second bullet is have it handy at the border or at the airport if you're flying. Passport, license, health card, debit and credit cards, and spending money for the first 2 weeks because you will not get paid until 2 weeks after your program starts. So you need money. So in my little description boxes underneath the packing list, I have Categories marked with an asterisk sign mean that any items under it can possibly be bought after arriving in Florida. However, to those driving, I highly recommend that you bring as much as possible because you're gonna have all that extra space, so you might as well bring it, whereas for us who are flying, we have to pack light in order to avoid, obviously, overage fees with weight and all that jazz. And obviously, if you're flying, you'll want to pack as light as possible because you want to save some extra suitcase space for bringing awesome merch and other goodies home from your program. I mean, you're going to be spending a lot of time in Disney in Florida. You could be spending a couple months to up to a year depending on what program you're in, so you could be buying a whole lot of stuff. You're going to want to have that extra suitcase space if you're flying. And another pro tip I have that I learned that I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of this time is a lot of students check out of the college program on the day that people are checking in. And those people are on Facebook groups either selling or even giving away a lot of their bedding or other house supplies in those groups. So make sure to look those up on Facebook and join them prior to arriving because you could save some major dollars by joining those groups. In my apartment, someone was already in one of those groups, I think, and we got a ton of free groceries when we moved in, so that was really great. We came up with like a community cupboard in our apartment, and anytime we got free groceries, we just shoved them all in there, and it was like a free-for-all, so that was really great, and we took a huge advantage of that. So that's one of the biggest tips I can give to anybody. If you're wanting to save money, people are giving stuff away free on those Facebook groups, so join them. So for Disney look apparel, my examples kind of suck just because I only have female examples, so sorry to all the fellas out there. I don't really have any guys' clothes to show you, but I do have a couple of the things I brought that I actually did wear with me to training and to traditions. So I'll show you what I wore to traditions actually. This is the dress that I wore to traditions. It's just like a plain cap sleeve type dress. It's long, it goes like past my knees. This is a sleeveless example of what's Disney look appropriate. So you can also wear this to traditions. I wore it to training. It goes above my knees. I think 3 inches above the knees is the highest it can go. And the sleeves have to be 3 finger lengths, if that makes sense. So as long as it fits that criteria, you're good. And as for shoes, I think they just have to be closed-toed. I would recommend flats because you're walking a lot in traditions and in training, so wear flats. They're the most comfortable. Something plain colored, nude, black, white, anything like that. For anyone who is flying though and wants to bring as much as they possibly can and wants to save space in their suitcase, I would recommend getting vacuum sealed bags. However, make sure that you get one that you don't necessarily need a special type of vacuum for, because there were people in my Facebook group that said that they brought stuff that was vacuum sealed, and then when they went to pack it, the vacuums that we had in our housing were not up to par with what they needed to seal everything back up. So make sure you're reading the instructions on those to make sure that you can still use them when you get to the housing. And lastly, as for quantity of things to bring, the best advice I can give is you're going to be wearing a costume at least 5 days a week. So whether or not you decide to go to the parks on the days you work is totally up to you and where you're located. But I find that the amount of clothes you bring is totally personal preference, which is kind of why I didn't include a quantity. Just be sure to be prepared for any type of weather and have enough clothing so that you have some variety in your wardrobe. But ultimately, it's personal preference, and some people just like to have a lot more options than others, and that's totally cool. But yeah, that's all I really have for my packing list. I wanted it to be a lot more simplistic than my last one. Hopefully that helps any newcomers out there. As an alum, I wanted to try and be as helpful as possible. As per usual, don't forget to like this video if it was helpful for you, and don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for more helpful videos, and thanks for watching!